Assalamualaikum and hello to Dr. ZUBAIDAH and to all of my friends. I am NURUL, BINTI from AMIR, student ID HE18002, and I am from Book 1. In this video, I will explain to you about our product, that is the body frame of the bicycles. What is the body frame of the bicycles? So actually the body frame of the bicycle is actually the diamond shape on the bicycle, and that is also a part of main component of the bicycle, because there are so many different kinds and types of bicycles nowadays. We have decided to choose fixed gear bicycle, or commonly known as fixie, as our product. So the frame of the bicycle consists of dead tube, head tube, fork brake, down tube, chain stay, seat tube, seat stay, and all these components are being combined together through manufacturing process and assembly process to be our finished product, that is the body frame of the bicycle. History of the fixie bicycle. So at first, bicycles are actually invented by Carl Davon, that is a German civil servant, in the early 19th century. At that time, it called velocipede and being commercialized as two-way mechanism and steerable. So the design of the bicycle keep on changing during the time to make it suitable for the current time. So for fixie bike, it actually been first popularized in America among the young teenager. They were so popular that the fixie bike has its own skeleton tag and later become a sport in America. The selection of raw material. For the body frame of the bicycle, we can choose the raw material such as steel, titanium alloy, aluminum, and carbon fiber. We can choose from this depends on the purpose of the bike, the cost of the manufacturing, the source of raw material, the strength, durability, and weight. For example, if you want to choose a bike that for cross-country racing, we could choose the raw material to be carbon fiber or titanium alloy. Both of the material are known for its lightweight and sturdy at the same time, but the disadvantage of choosing this raw material are they are so expensive and not easy to be manufactured. That is for me, and my other group member will present the others.
Thank you, Ayn, for the presentation. Now, I will present to you about the manufacturing process involved in the bicycle frame manufacturing. The first one is deformation process. The deformation process can be classified into two: bulk deformation process and sheet metal forming process. But the manufacturing process for bike frame, we will use the bulk deformation process, rolling process. The production of seamless tubes for the body framework of the bicycle can be achieved using rolling process. It can either be done with hot or cold working operation. Next is cutting operation. There are few suitable cutting operations for the body framework of the bicycle. After the seamless tubes for the frame of bike are ready, the next step is to cut it with the given dimension and size. Bend saw cutting is the most common method in handling large quantity products for cutting tubes, but there are disadvantages using bend saw cutting, which is not be able to achieve the tight tolerance, which will produce a burr, which requires the secondary process. So we need other type of cutting operation. What is it? Shearing method or laser cutting method is more suitable. Shearing method, tube will enter the cutter head where the tubes are supported on both sides during the shearing method, while in laser cutting method, it is done by programming the desired dimension in the machine, and the machine will ensure the precision of the cutting tubes. The next process is welding process. The next manufacture in the welding process, high heat was used to melt the parts together. There are various types of welding such as MIG, TIG, and others. Usually, in the welding process, there will be a welder and the welding torch, but a lot of bicycle industries use an automatic welding machine. For the frame of the bicycle, the tungsten inert gas TIG welding will be used. All the tube must be clamped together in the fixed position so it will be correctly fused. And the last process in bicycle manufacturing process, it is heat treatment process. This heat treatment process is very important so that the body frame of the bicycle will become more durable as the steel becomes tougher and stronger, and it also increase its wear resistance and also increase in overall lifetime of the parts. So next, I will pass the presentation to my colleague Alvin.
Pleasantries, everyone. Now I would like to continue our presentation, which is the last part of our presentation. It is about the overview about production system applied. And my name is YING, and my ID is #18012. So basically the body framework bicycle is manufacturing under this three process: rolling mill process, tube laser cutting process, TIG rolling, and the chainsaw and cleanser is actually undergoes the entrance forging. So in rolling mills, is actually first of all the metalwork is actually prepared to be heated in 20 hundreds degrees Fahrenheit, and it is then sent to the process and then undergoes a process we call it a new scanning cleansing before ring, and then it is then go through the rough mill. And in the rough mill, there are 4 high roll rolling mills, which there are 2 backup rolls and 2 working rolls. And the purposes of the rolling machine is to decrease the thickness of the workpiece. And these 2 vertical rolls is to maintain and retain the width of the metal strips. And then the metal strip is then coiled in the coil box. The primary purpose is to save the space, and then it is transferred to the 6 stands. Each stands consists of 4 high rolling mills. And here is the cooling rates. The cooling rate is actually very important because it is to produce the appropriate microstructures and maintain the property of the materials. And then final state, it is then the strip is then being coiled. So next we have forming the tubes from metal strips. So this is the metal strips. It is then uncoiled, and the metal strip is then bended to rods, and then the rods, because a strip is bended to the rods, of course there's a lines in on top of it. So heating process is required in order to seal the line, and then it's been trimmed because it's transforming the rods to the rods to the tubes. So the tubes it's transferring from the bar to the rods. So the rods is then being formed. So in the laser cutting, in other methods, we are using benzo cutting process and shrink process, but it is not so beneficial because it usually takes times. So in modernizations, we are using the laser cuttings. It has high range of capabilities, can control with automation, equipped CNC, able to cut in high precision, and smoother cutting that can be read directly. So it's actually helps to shorten the times productions and increase the production volumes, which is highly recommended in mass productions. In TIG welding, it's just normal weldings. Nowadays, it can be done mainly automated and robotic welding systems. Of course, automatic increase the productivity, precision, and machine fit maintenance. It is also beneficial because the damage or delay is scannable and can be detected earlier.
So I will conclude about the manufacturing process of the body frame of the bicycle. So here we start, and then we need to choose our raw material. And as I mentioned before, we can choose from steel, titanium alloy, aluminium, or carbon fiber. And then after we choose it, it will undergo the bulk deformation process, and that is rolling process. The rolling process can be done either cold working or the hot working. And then after it undergoes the rolling process, it will come out as a tubes. So the tubes and then been dipped into the hydrochloric or sulfuric acid, and then we will need to cut it into a specific dimension. We can choose to cut it through pencil cutting, shearing, or the laser cutting. And then the tubes that been cut will undergo the welding process, where the parts are being joined and to form the frame of the bicycles. And lastly, we could proceed it to heat treatment, or can under we can choose either to go to hand heat treatment or the painting, and then the body frame is ready to be packaging, and that's it from my group 1. Hope you could learn something from this video. Thank you.